Well, this happened fast. One of the lawsuits that just got dropped, meaning dismissed. Interesting.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
What's up? Yes. One of the 5 lawsuits that just dropped the other day has now been dismissed by a judge. This is very, very interesting, and I'm wondering why. Let's get straight into this, guys, shall we? So the SA lawsuit against Diddy Combs and by a then 39-year-old man has been dismissed. So a federal judge in New York on Wednesday dismissed a civil lawsuit filed against Diddy by a then 39-year-old man who said he was SA'd by Diddy at a house party in 2022 in New York. Which is interesting is the information that we hear about this, of course, is from the lawsuit. This is somebody who, of course, consumed some alcohol. He says it was laced with something. After consuming this particular drink, the plaintiff began to feel disoriented and began to lose control of his body and lose consciousness. All right, mirroring a fact pattern by other anonymous accusers represented by personal injury attorneys who have filed numerous lawsuits against Diddy, aka Tony Busby. All right. So according to this man, he regained consciousness. He was in a dark bedroom with black walls, a bed with black sheets. So it was black on black on black. Everything around him was dark. Plaintiff was horrified to find that Combs was on top of him, attacking him, for lack of a better term. On Wednesday, the judge said that the plaintiff failed to get the court's permission to file anonymously as John Doe. She dismissed the case because such a proceeding must be commenced as a miscellaneous case with leave from the court to proceed using a pseudonym. So he couldn't use the pseudonym. See, I'm wondering, can they refile then? Can they refile this civil lawsuit if it's just because of a not being able to hide behind a pseudonym? I think this is very interesting. And of course, maybe it was a situation where they said you must come out with your real name, and then all of a sudden the guy, this John Doe, said, "Never mind, I'm not interested. I don't want to sue anymore." Which could very well mean the guy was after a bag, or it could mean that he was scared. It could mean so many different things. Anything is possible. But let's move on. All the lawsuits filed against Diddy by Houston-based personal injury attorney Tony Busby involve anonymous plaintiffs. Yes, all of them so far have been John or Jane Doe's, but there have been lawyers that are basically saying, "Hey, I need them to come out. Their names need to be unsealed to the courts, but sealed to the public. But they cannot hide behind a Jane or John Doe pseudonym." Some of these judges are definitely putting out that claim or putting out that request or that demand, just like this judge is doing with this particular lawsuit. Busby was sued last week, which we already know. Okay. Now, another new Diddy accuser, said he was an actor, which we already know about this part, right? He was an actor in the late 1990s, in the early 2000s, when he was, attacked by Diddy as well. But still, no matter what, still same thing. He was consuming some alcohol, and then, of course, all hell broke loose. But what's interesting about this is that this judge said you must file under your real name. You can't hide behind a John Doe or Jane Doe pseudonym. Now, let me just say this too. Not all judges are the same. Some of the judges are getting these lawsuits and they're fine with the Jane Doe or John Doe pseudonym. Some of them are not. But it is definitely a way for Diddy to win big without even having to lift a lawyer's finger, by sitting there saying, "Hey, you need to be out there with your name for everyone, for at least the courts to see." But by these people hiding or sitting there going, "Nah, I don't want to do it," it could mean two different things. It could literally mean that this person is trying to hide. It was just trying to get some money, or they're doing it because they're running away because they're scared, right? But it is very interesting nonetheless that this lawsuit has already been dismissed that quick. It's crazy. And again, I feel like I said before, there's going to be, and of course, if we're erring on the side of these guys, some of these victims are not telling the truth, which I hope that's not the case, but this is reality. This is the world that we live in, and it's still a possibility. We have to remember that all 120 may not be telling the full truth. So a lot of them will get ironed out. Some of them will be dismissed very quickly, like this one, right? So this is very interesting nonetheless. But anyway, comment down below. It's just a quick update. That's interesting that that one has been dismissed. If that was fast, y'all, that was very, very fast. And there could be other ones coming out fast as well. We'll see what happens. So comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit that like button down below. And don't forget to crush that subscribe button. All right. It's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. We'll talk soon. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.